Good morning. It's Thursday, March 30th, 2023. Bob Monroe here, coming to you from Vancouver, Canada. Been thinking about this for a few days, and I feel I need to speak up and say a few things. 4 days ago, Sunday afternoon around 5:40 p.m., that Starbucks behind me there, right downtown Vancouver, in the heart of downtown, the corner of Pender and Granville. Young father, 37 years old, was stabbed to death in that patio right in front of the door. And some people filmed it. Some people sat around and watched it happen. Paul Stanley Schmidt, age 37. They were out on a Sunday afternoon, him and his wife and his little 3-year-old girl. The wife was in Starbucks getting some treats, and the father was out front with his little girl. And there was a man vaping there near his daughter. And the story goes that he asked the man if he would please not vape around his daughter. That man was Inderdeep Singh Gosal, 32 years old. Don't know anything about him. Nothing. But he pulled a knife, stabbed him to death, and he bled out right on the patio there in front of the door. Terrible, tragic accident. Not an accident. Incident. It certainly wasn't an accident. And, I've been following the media and comments in the news and whatnot, and all that we can hear about is gun control, knives, violence, drugs, politics, COVID, Trudeau. I mean, they cover all the bases, trying to point the blame somewhere. Safety. It's a crazy world we're in. The one thing that, again, I don't know this young fellow that did this tragic event with the father. But one thing I do know is that there's Paul and his little 3-year-old girl. One thing I do know that we have a major, major problem in our society today, and nobody seems to want to address it or talk about it. And the vast majority of the violence, the guns, the drugs, the gangs, all of the negative crap that's out there every single day, it's getting worse and worse. I think I saw something that there's been now 12 stabbings, knife attacks in Vancouver this year so far. 12. We're going to ban knives now. We're trying to ban guns. Guns don't kill people. Knives don't kill people. People kill people. And I'm going to suggest that the vast majority, I've done some research. The vast majority of the people, again, I don't know anything about this guy, the vast majority of the people that do these things, whatever it is, come mostly men, mostly younger men, young to middle-aged men. And if you research into them, almost without exception, there are exceptions for sure. Where do they come from? Divorce, broken homes, abusive homes, raised without good men in their lives, without good male role models. There's nobody out there mentoring these young men and teaching them not to lie, not to cheat, not to steal, to keep their word. And you add to that the violence they're exposed to all the time, the games that teach these young kids how to kill people. And video, yeah, it's a video, watch it. Yeah, it's okay. The movies, media, they're exposed to that. And they've got no good men. Toxic masculinity doesn't exist. Idiots do. Young boys, young men raised with all of the violence they're exposed to in games and movies and videos. What the hell do you expect? My old man told me, if you want to fix something, you got to find the root cause to fix. Doesn't matter what it is. it's a mechanical issue, if it's whatever it is, you find the cause and fix that. Otherwise, anything else is a Band-Aid. So here on the news, we've got more government programs. We need to hire more police. We need to have gun control. That will not prevent these things from happening. They want the government to fix it. The government ain't going to fix it. What we need to teach people, men and women, how to have successful, long-term committed relationships. It's not happening. Far from it. It's going to take a generation to turn around. We didn't get here overnight. There's no quick fix. Hiring more police, more programs, more drug and alcohol counseling, more homes, more this, more that. That will not solve this problem. It just won't. So enough of my rant, but this pisses me off. Somebody filmed that thing. There was a guy sitting out in that patio drinking his coffee, and this whole thing was going. It was filmed. I'm not going to. Nobody should post that. Nobody should have to see that. This guy sits there, and after the guy is stabbed, and the guy goes down. The guy's sitting there sipping his coffee. He's just sitting there in the corner. I'm thinking, what? Anyway, folks, we need to teach people how to respect, appreciate, embrace, understand the differences between men and women. We need to teach them how to have successful, long-term committed relationships so that they can raise children, boys and girls, in a loving, respectful environment so that when they get out on their own, they're a benefit to society, not a detriment. We got it all ass backwards right now. It's time to wake up. It's getting worse and worse every year. I'm 75 years old now. The changes that I've seen in those 75 years is frightening. And my grandkids, my kids, we owe it to them to give them a chance. We're not doing it. I'm going to pack it in here for now. I love you. Thank you for listening to my rant. Have a great day. Paul Stanley Schmidt. His little girl's not going to see him anymore. Didn't need to happen, I don't think.